Coast. Her parents thought the Bulldog was becoming aggressive. He hadn't changed at all. The danger had. Zara was 2 years old and had a way of communicating her opinions about the world by standing directly in front of you and stating them. Coast? She had done this to the 2 English Bulldogs, Tank and Wren, every morning of her life, and the Bulldogs have received these statements with the specific patience of dogs who have decided that small, loud humans are their permanent assignment. Then, on a Tuesday in late September, Tank stopped letting Zara near the back door. Coast. Not growling, not snapping. Positioning, he would move between Zara and the back door with the flat, deliberate weight of a 50-pound bulldog, who has decided he is a wall. And he would sit, and Zara would go around him, and he would reposition, and Zara would go around again, and this could continue for 10 minutes. Coast. His owners, Jerome and Kezia Ibarra, watched it the first morning with amusement. By the third morning, they watched it with concern. Wren was doing it too by the fourth morning. Both dogs positioned between the toddler and the back door whenever she moved toward it. A low, warm wall of tan and white bulldog, immovable. Coast. Jerome called his friend Marcus, who had 2 dogs of his own. Marcus said, "They're acting out because of the season change. Dogs get weird in the fall. Something with barometric pressure." Coast. Kezia called her mother, who said, "They're being overprotective. You've let them treat her like a puppy since she was born. They think they're parenting her." Coast. Both explanations fit. Both felt sufficient. Jerome began making Zara go to the front door instead, going around the dogs rather than through them, which worked logistically and produced no further issue beyond the dogs repositioning to the hallway and performing the same blocking behavior there. Coast. If you stay for stories about what animals sense before we do, you're in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Ghost. On the 8th morning, Jerome had Zara out the front door and the back garden simultaneously. He was carrying recycling to the bin, and she slipped around him and he let her go, because the garden was fenced and she had been in that garden 1,000 times. Coast. He heard her before he saw her. A sound that was not quite a scream, more like a gasp with volume behind it. Coming from the direction of the back steps, he crossed the yard in 5 seconds. Coast. Zara was standing at the top of the back steps, frozen, looking down. At the base of the steps, coiled beneath the second stairboard, was a timber rattlesnake. 4 feet long, it had not rattled. It was warm and still and positioned in the morning sun at the base of the stairs Zara used every morning to get to the garden. Coast. Jerome picked Zara up and backed away. Coast. He called animal control. The snake relocation officer, a man named Darnell Pierce, arrived within an hour. He told Jerome that timber rattlesnakes moved to sun-warmed surfaces in the fall as temperatures dropped. The underside of his stairboard was optimal. The snake had likely been there for several days. Coast. Several days, Jerome said. Minimum, Pierce said. They don't move once they've settled in warmth. Jerome stood on his back porch and looked at the place where the snake had been. Coast. Has your dog ever done something that made no sense until it was the only thing that made sense? Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard. Coast. Tank and Wren had smelled it before it arrived or on the day it arrived, and had made their calculation, and their calculation was, Zara does not go to the back door. They had no language for timber rattlesnake. Coast. They had no way to say venomous or 4 feet or positioned at the base of the stairs she runs down every morning. They had a 50-pound body and an absolute conviction and 8 days of repositioning every time the 2-year-old moved toward the back of the house. Coast. Kezia's mother had said they were being overprotective. Jerome's friend had said seasonal behavioral weirdness. Both answers had been almost enough to make them stop noticing. Coast. That afternoon, Jerome sat in the garden with both dogs and Zara, who was entirely unaware what she had not stepped on. Tank sat beside Zara's small chair. Wren lay at her feet. Neither dog looked at the back steps. The snake was gone. The mission was complete. Coast. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never ask for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Jerome called Marcus and told him what had happened. Marcus was quiet for a while. I told you barometric pressure, Marcus said finally. Cased. Jerome laughed, which was the only thing left to do. Tank put his broad, flat head on Zara's knee. She patted it twice without looking away from her juice box. He closed his eyes. Coast. The next story involves a Great Pyrenees who blocked the toddler from her own bedroom for 5 days, and what the environmental inspector found inside the wall. Coast. Jerome replaced the wood on the 3rd and 4th stairs that fall. He found one other location on the underside of the deck rail where the snake had rested, based on Pierce's assessment of the site. 8 feet from the sandbox, 12 feet from where Zara played on Saturday mornings. Tank and Wren had known about both. Coast. Tank was lying in the sun by the fence now, eyes half closed. in the specific condition of a dog that has done what it came to do and is resting in the aftermath. Wren was in the grass near Zara's chair. Zara was pointing at a bird. The dogs did not react to the bird. Coast. They were tracking the perimeter the way they always tracked it, in the easy rotation of animals who have taken up a post and hold it without being asked, and will hold it long after everyone else has forgotten there was something to hold it against. Coast. Jerome watched them from the back porch and did not go inside for a long time.